cut to it. Goals.
Goals. Goals are great. I'm gaga for goals. Yes, it should go without saying, but sometimes it doesn't. People like to skip over setting goals because they assume that everyone knows why they're here. But you'll find when you ask everyone around a table what you're trying to achieve, if you get an answer at all, you will often get a lot of different answers. So one great purpose of goals, one great side effect of setting them is that you actually expose early on where the gaps are between people on your team. The right goals are the ones that align with your organizational goals. And again, if you don't know what your organizational goals are, you got to figure that out. And if you can't find that alignment, then you need to maybe rethink your project and sort of figure out how it fits into the bigger picture. The right goals are also ones where you can really answer the question of why. So let's say, our goal is to get 10,000 Facebook likes for every post. Okay, that's great, but why? What does that represent? What does that actually do for you? Is that has to move the needle on something that really matters to your organization. How do you map that to conversions, right? Or to some analytic that's actually meaningful for you? The right goals are also not tactics. For example, make the site prettier is not a good goal, right? It sounds like a goal. It's very vague for one thing, but it's also, that's a tactic. Making the site prettier might be a tactic in service of the goal of bringing in a design-conscious audience to our site and exposing our product to them, because that's the segment that we want to market to. Whenever you set a goal, the next thing you should do is define what metrics you're going to measure to know how you're moving towards that goal. There's a few different ways, right? There's qualitative measurements. You can field a survey to see, talk to your users, get input from them, incentivize them to give you information, see how they're doing, see how these changes are impacting them. Qualitative ones are the hardest ones to gather. Quantitative measures are easier to gather but harder to parse and understand. Look at your analytics, right? There's a lot of numbers in there. So do yourself a favor and plan for analytics early on in your project. Have a framework. Set up funnels. Implement marketing automation so that you can measure at a granular level little actions that lead up to whatever you're defining a conversion to be. So if you're mapping those things back to your goals, then they're meaningful numbers. The goals actually give you a great way to filter through all of your data so that you know what actually matters from this huge set of things that we could be measuring, and they help you really focus in on things that are actually moving the needle on something important.